Level scripting is fairly easy once you know what you're doing. So you've got your capture component, assuming you know how to use AutoStart here. I'm just going to do this pretty fast. So scan to folder. If you're going to be doing some sort of World Docs thing, you'll probably use the World Docs connector or whatever. All right, so I've got a button here, but I'm assuming you know how to use AutoStore. So send to wherever. I'm going to create a field in here. Maybe case ID, so we're doing case files as an example. So we're going to do case list. All right, so the premise here is you're typing in one number and you're going to be doing a lookup and getting a response and populating in here. Okay. Normally there's like a checkbox here to say fire a onChange event. I don't see that in here. I'm not too familiar with the Kyocera component, but all right. What's key down here is enable dynamic script lookup. You have two checkboxes here. Form is loaded. So if you want to do like a form on load, do a lookup to pre-populate a list box or something like that, and then form on submit. So this one's very common. And then sometimes if you have something in here, maybe here we go. So this is what I was expecting. So once I'd selected that script, now I can do. So when I change the case ID, maybe then it'll fire an event, and then I'll do a case list population. All right, so I'm going to edit my script code here. When I click on edit, it fills out a template in here. And if I click on the help file in here, the very first page gives you some information. So if you're going to be doing like a database lookup, if you're going to be using like ODBC drivers or whatever, you'll have to include this system.dll or other external references. And this help file is pretty helpful. So let's see, cannot. All right, so here we go. So I'm including that DLL, and then where's the rest of my help file? All right, and then a field on change. This is not really intuitive, but my field name was case ID. So I have to do case ID on change, and then I can do stuff in here. So I can do a database lookup or whatever I want. If I go back into my help file, in my search here, and I don't know the Kyocera one, but I just did a quick look in here. If you do a search under ODBC, the very first result will give you a nice example in here. So here's on form load. They're doing a database lookup here, getting a, this is how you reference a field, and then looping through the results of your data result and adding it to this items collection. So customer ID is this customer ID field, okay? So I can pretty much just copy this. Instead of doing it on a form on load, I'm going to do it on this field on change, so as they change case ID or whatever. So go back to my script here, paste it in here. Okay, so some database connection. I'm assuming you know how to do data lookups, blah, blah, blah. And let's just pretend this is case ID. Okay, actually no, case list. So, and if you were doing a conditional statement, you would probably want to do this. Case ID. Case ID. So I need to probably initialize that field somewhere. Anyway, yeah, you would that's here. So I'm doing this very fast, and I'm assuming this is a text field. I don't know. You have to look this up. The case ID, and then there's probably like case ID.value. Yep. So you can use that as part of your where clause. But case list field. Okay, and then you're gonna populate that. So real quick, here's a field that was the on change for case ID. We're gonna get the value through here. We could use that to conditionally change our where clause, and then we're gonna be looping through this list field and populating results in this list field. So I hope that helps.